Well, hello. In this video, we are going to talk about retargeting. I'm going to show you how to create audiences in Facebook so you can retarget people who have interacted with you either by going to your Facebook or Instagram sites. Maybe they've gone to your websites. And also, if you've got an email list, I'll show you how to create an audience for that as well. So here we are inside of Ads Manager. And before you can do retargeting, you need a large enough audience size to make retargeting make sense. I usually like to have an audience size of 500 to 1,000 or more before I do the retargeting, so it brings costs down. So with that being said, let's get to it. Again, this is your ads manager. I am going to go into audiences, which is here. If you don't see it, you can go into all tools. If you don't see it here, scroll down if it's not in your shortcuts. So let's get into audiences, and I'll discuss the different types of audiences that are available to us. So when you create an audience, we're going to go with a custom audience. And the reason being is because Facebook will create lookalike audiences from your custom audiences if you give it permission. And a saved audience is an audience that you create inside of your Facebook ads manager when you create your ad, or you can do it outside of your ads manager. So I will show you that as well. So let's just get started with custom audiences, since this is where the bulk of the audiences are. These audiences are people who have visited a specific website or a specific landing page. If you're using landing pages and so forth and not a website per se, these are people that you have in your email autoresponder. So you've got a list that you downloaded from Excel as a CSV file. That CSV cat Sam Victor. You've got a video views audience of people who have watched your videos. There's your Instagram and also your Facebook account, people who have interacted with your pages. So these are the main audiences when you create the custom audiences. So let's start with the website audience first. And I'm just going to show you from my websites that I've already got queued up here. And we'll get to that in a second. So we are not looking for all website visitors. We are looking for people who have visited specific web pages. Also, we want to go back 180 days. And we need to get the URL. So this is the landing page for people to sign up for my evergreen webinar on the 5-step blueprint to creating your irresistible offer using ChatGPT as your online money machine. Now, in this example, the reason why I'm using this audience is because I want to target people who view this page, but they didn't register. So they never saw the thank you page. So we're going to copy this URL from the registration page, and we're going to drop it in here. And then we're going to exclude people. I want to exclude the people who made it to the thank you page, because I want to retarget people again who saw this page but didn't register with a different message to see that that'll get them to sign up. If they made it to this page and they've already signed up, and there's no need to go further. Now, if they made it to this page and say they didn't purchase or buy my offer inside of the webinar, I could retarget that way as well using a different method. So with that being said, I'm going to exclude the people who made it to the thank you page, which means they've registered also for the same 180 days. And I'm going to drop this URL in here, paste that in there. And I can give this a name. Let's see, didn't. I'm weird on this. Didn't register for e.g. I'm going to say magic because I do different webinars. I'm going to say magic webinar. All right, so I'm not going to create it. If I wanted to give this a description, I could. Well, you know what? I will do it for the purposes of this, because I can always delete it, because I really don't need this audience right now. Again, because it's not large enough. There's only about 220 something people in this audience right now, so I wouldn't retarget again because it's not cost effective. But for this example, we'll go through the process. So I'm going to create this audience. So now it's going to create an audience of people who saw my registration page but never made it to the thank you page. And then you see what I mean, where it asks you about creating a lookalike audience. So we'll go ahead and say yes to do the lookalike. Now with this, 1 to 3% is usually the sweet spot. And you have to pick a location, which is a country, and you can only pick one country per lookalike audience. So I'm going to go with the United States since I do most of my targeting in the United States and Canada. So if I wanted to do a separate lookalike for Canada, then I would do that for Canada. And so if I wanted to do that, I will put US at the end of this one so I know which one it is. And again, 1 to 3% is the sweet spot for this. Anything above that, and you're going to be too saturated. And then I would just say create audience. So now I've created an audience of people who went to my landing page, but they didn't register. So I can send them a different message. And I've got a lookalike audience. So what that'll tell Facebook is they'll go out and find people who are very similar to the audience that I just created. And you see how it says below 1,000? That's why this is just too small. Not only is it small as a target, as an audience for retargeting, it's also too small for a lookalike audience as well. So that's how you create an audience from a website. So let's move on to the next custom audience. This will be an audience from a customer list. So this one, you've got to download your list from your autoresponder as a CSV file. So inside of here, there's really not a whole lot to do. I mean, you don't need to do anything here except hit next. And then you're going to upload your file. And this is the file. Now, I'm not going to upload this because it's already in an audience that I've created. But if I was, I will select open. And then I will select next. So yes, customer value is in my list. This is if this is a purchase list, like people paid for something you have. But more often than not, you're going to leave this at no. And then if you want to name this, you can. You can say email list. And then I like to give it a date because I'll constantly go in and update this every 30 to 60 days. So I'll say email list 24. All right, so there's that. And then I'll hit next. And then it'll ask me what in here that I want. So it's already going to get the email and the country, but what's missing is the name. So I would go over here and I would say first name. So now that one would be added. So when I select import and create, it'll pull from my email list that I just gave it all the emails, names, and countries of people that are in that list. Again, I'm not going to create it because I already have it. So when you already have this list created, you can update it. So give me a moment to find this list and I'll show you how to update it. All right, so here is my list, all subscribers through 3/13/24. So I'm going to go into this list. And I can do actions edit or I can click edit from here. So I'm going to edit this list and I'm going to replace customers. So I'll upload a new list that will replace the users, or you can upload a list of adding. But I'm going to upload a new list because I downloaded everybody. So I'm going to replace these people. I'm going to upload, same process as we did before. And next. And again, it doesn't have the name. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select first name. And then I'll go back over here. So now it's got name, email, and country. And I'm going to import and create. I don't want to create a lookalike audience because I already have it. You see, I've got 3,600 people in that list. So I'm going to select done. And now I want to rename this because I just did a new update. So I'm going to rename it 5/26/24. And then I'll come back and do it again in a couple of months. And done. All right, so now this new list has been updated, and now if I scroll to my lookalike all subscribers, so let's see, I need to rename these because I haven't renamed them, but I'll show you what this looks like because, see, all subscribers through 5/26/24. So it automatically updates the lookalike audience I just created, and again, if I want to, I can go in here and edit this name and make this 5/26/24. But that's, just nomenclature. All right, so that's that audience. So let's move on to our next custom audience, which is a video views audience. Again, I already have these created. I'm just showing you. So choose engagement type. So I want to select people who viewed at least 15 seconds, which is a through play, up to the end of the video. So this is the one that I pick most often. Depending on what you got going on, you might want to use some of these others. Anything less than 75%, you might as well just go with the 15 seconds and the through plays. So then I'm going to select videos and it's going to go through here. I can pick my pages if I want to. I can pick the sources, Facebook or Instagram. So I would just go through here, get my page up. This is my Instagram, and it's going to find all my videos. And for me, I like to look for videos with like 100 or more views. So I would scroll through here and go through my pages until I found some with 100 or more views. Like this one, 1,800 views. Yes, I definitely want to retarget that one. So I would pick my videos and I would keep going through here, picking videos, picking videos. If I was doing this on my Facebook page, I'll go here and I would pick my Facebook page. And I would pick the videos here. Again, we're looking for 3 seconds or more. So I would just keep going until I found the pages where people have watched videos. And I'd scroll through and just keep going. Again, I'm not going to waste your time. Here we go. There we are. We're starting to see a few video views here. Going back to April 29th. So I got to post more videos, huh? So yeah. So here's one, 500, 300. So yeah. So I picked the videos again with the most views because that's going to give me the best audience. Because again, the size matters when it comes to this retargeting. So that, my friends, and of course you name it and give it a description. 365 is the max you can go. So make sure that's at the max. And that's how you would do a video views audience. And then the last two are your Instagram and Facebook. And basically it's exactly what it says. Your Instagram, everyone who engaged, and then there's 365. Now, if you click this drop down here, you can do everyone who engaged or anyone who visited this profile. Those are the two options that I use most often because some people visit, but they don't engage. So more than likely, you would want to choose anyone who visited versus anyone who engaged because there'll be more people that visited versus engaged. And then let's go to the last one, which is Facebook. Same thing, 365. Again, anyone who visited is going to be a larger audience than anyone who engaged. You know, some people are lurkers, and that's what it is. All right, so those are all the custom audiences and how the lookalike audiences are created. So let's go into saved audiences. So a saved audience is an audience that you create that you're going to use over and over again. So the difference between this one is you're going to give it a name. And if you want to include custom audiences, you can. So these would be like my lookalikes, all of those, my lookalikes and the saved audiences that I created. So these come from websites, that's special event ads, people who registered, so I got a lot going on in here. So I can add these custom audiences. I would pick a location. Now, in this case, you can pick more than one location, unlike the other one, where you can only pick with the lookalikes. You can only pick one location. With these, you can pick more than one location. And the top 5 English-speaking countries are US, Canada, Australia, Ireland, and the UK. I usually don't mix the UK and Ireland together because those views come out a lot cheaper. Or I'm sorry, those ads, the cost for those ads are a lot cheaper. And if you put the Ireland and the UK in an audience with the US and Canada, because Facebook is going to maximize your money, it'll show heavy to the Ireland and UK because they're cheaper. So if I was going to ever use Ireland or the UK, I would create a separate audience. Of course, men, women. I always go with English all. And then detailed targeting. So this is where you would put in targeting that relates to your business. I've already given you a video on this and how to pick your audiences, so I won't go into too much detail here, but I just wanted to show you again how you can go about creating custom audiences, lookalike audiences, and then refer to the audience video that I've already given you on creating saved audiences. All right, so there you have it, my friends. Let's get started retargeting. Remember, 500 to 1,000 is the goal for a retargeting audience to make it make sense. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.